Hey guys, and welcome back to Franchise Nation. I'm your host, Moonlightswami, and today I'm bringing you guys some more offensive linemen for our prospect spotlight. This is the fifth one of the season. I have yet to reorder the players in terms of who I think is the best on my boards, but you have all the information for them. If you have not looked already on the board, I also added color coding to the round that a player is going to be going in and what their projected time in that round is going. So you can see whether a guy's projected in early second, late fifth, etc. for the prospect spotlights that I don't actually show this scouting screen. Also, if a player has true talent that exceeds the round they are in, like Derwin Bullock does, as you can see, then they're going to have blue on their round, and if they meet it, it's going to be green, and if they're below it, it'll be red. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. We're starting off with the left guards. We're covering left guards, centers, and right guards, the offensive line interior for this video. Starting things off with Derwin Bullock. He's a projected early second rounder, but he has mid-first round potential. B run block, B minus impact, and C plus pass block for a zone blocker, which means that he's going to be getting out into space a little bit more, sprinting, so that impact blocking is important. The difference between impact blocking and other blocking is impact is when a player is in a sprint, how well they block. The other stuff is when they are prior to that sprint. So pulling guards need good impact blocking and things like that. Next up, we have Nehemiah Donald, 6'5", 342, 22 years old, out of Vanderbilt. B impact, B minus run block, C pass block, a projected late fifth rounder. Ricardo Jowers, 6'4", 22 years old, out of UCLA. He's a very balanced player. He's a projected late fifth. Shows mid-seventh round talent, and obviously we don't have strength and speed for these guys yet, but this is at least a good indication. Raynard McBride, 6'3", 312 at 23 years old. He is a pass blocker, B pass block, C run block, C impact. Gordon Morse, the left guard, 6'5", 23 years old, out of Louisville as a run blocker. B impact, B minus run block, and C minus pass block as a projected late seventh rounder. On to centers. We start things off with James Romero from Ole Miss. He is a run blocker, early second round projected, good run block, C plus impact, C plus pass block at 23 years old. He's currently in this, the top center on the board, but I disagree. I think there are a couple guys who are better. This is a very deep center class, by the way. Now, next we have Pony Venable, 6'1", 293 at 23 years old. He's a pass blocker. Definitely something to consider, maybe moving him out to a tackle position if he really has good skills to him. Pass block is B, C plus run block, C plus impact. That's a good player. Then we get to Sean Wooten, who another 21-year-old out of Clemson. Clemson is undefeated so far on the season. They're in line for a national championship opportunity. 6'3", 295 at 21 years old. He's a zone blocker, but take a look at that for a center. B pass block, B run block, C plus impact. He is a stud early second rounder, but with early first round potential. Next up, we have Tyler Madsen out of Washington. Good pass blocking and run blocking and solid impact for a zone blocker, projected early fifth rounder. Then we have David Krenzel, who's probably my favorite from this class, depending on what his size, what his strength and stuff is. 6'1", 299, a little small, out of Florida, balanced. B run block, B pass block, B minus impact for a projected mid-sixth rounder. And lastly, we have Asher Alston, who is just not a very good player. 6'3", he's 24 years old, out of Indiana, zone blocker. Solid run block and pass block, but that impact is just atrocious. Next up, we have the right guards, and we start off with Derek Cooley, a projected early first rounder at guard. B impact, B minus run block, C plus pass block out of Florida State. That's a good player. This offensive line class has been pretty good on the interior. Tackles, not so much, but these offensive linemen on the interior have been really solid. Next up, we have Brandon Renfrey out of Michigan State, 22 years old, early second rounder, projected mid-first talent. B plus run block is huge. B minus pass block, C impact as balanced. Then we get to Riley Chung, 24 years old, out of Boston College. He's balanced, but not in a good way. Good run blocking, or decent run blocking, but everything else is below average. Next up, we have Turner Bayer out of Richmond, 21-year-old zone blocker, B run block, B minus impact, C plus pass. He could be a steal late in the draft, especially at 21. Next up, we have Alex Folkert, 6'5", 22 out of LSU. He's a run blocker, projected late 5th, B run block, B- impact, and C- pass block. Not ideal in the pass block, but some good stats otherwise. And then we have Derek Browner, 6'4" out of Marshall. He's a run blocker at 24 years old, a projected early 6th rounder, B run block, B impact, C pass block. A little bit older, but those older guys are some players that we usually need to keep note of because they end up being superstars all the damn time. But that's pretty much it for all of them. There are some projected undrafted free agents, but I'm not going to look at them. I'll probably find them a little bit later. I might add some guys on if we need it. But outside of that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Moonlightswami, and I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow for the Saints versus the Packers. Peace.